So let me ask you this question before we transition. Yeah. If you had to rank all of the parks in Palm Beach County, what is your top 10, man? What's the top 10?
You know,
who you got for number one?
I'm gonna go with the Rocks.
You go with the Rocks?
I'm gonna go with the Rocks.
Got you. They got a long history.
A long history. They put out ballers consistently.
Right.
They're always tough. They're always good. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a well-run organization. I can't speak for every coach that's on staff and them because I don't know them or whatever, but I can say it's a well-run organization. They play good teams. They play tough. They always put out good talent.
And this ranking isn't based on last season.
Yeah, no,
we're talking about overall.
Overall.
All right. You got number 2.
I'm gonna go Royal Palm.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. If that was a stock, I'd be telling you to buy that stock.
So
I like what Royal Palm is doing. I like the guys who's running it. Sam, shout out to Sam who's doing the thing, and shout out to everybody else out there. I don't know everybody else out there, but I think it's a well-run program. They got good uniforms. They got good shirts and shorts and everything like that. They play in a nice area, right? It's a family environment. You know what I'm saying? It's a good environment. I was just out there the other day in a little scrimmage out there, being ducked off. You know how I am, but hiding.
And plus, they already made the transition from Pop Warner to FYFL. Right. And they're making a name for themselves.
They're making a name for themselves, right? Because Royal Palm is already out that league. They don't have restrictions. They already show they're willing to play whoever. You know what I'm saying? I think third. I'm gonna go with Gardens Gators, man.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the Gators.
Okay.
I think that's another well-run program who has a lot of history of producing talent, a lot of history of playing good ball, playing good football. You know what I'm saying? Just everything's well run over there. They got to play in a good area. You know what I'm saying? Play in a good
nice
field,
nice facilities.
You know what I'm saying? They play in the Pop Warner or whatever. You know what I mean? So I think that would be the next on my list.
Let me tell you, what could Palm Beach Gardens do to continue that trend to go upwards? Because they're in Pop Warner. I think they probably get out of Pop Warner because there's a lot of restriction on Pop Warner, right? Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so Gardens just played, not Gardens, Royal Palm just scrimmaged Delray the other day.
Okay.
I went out there, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was a good scrimmage, real run, you know what I'm saying? It was organized, you know what I'm saying? Controlled, very controlled. So they just played, but Gardens can't do that.
Correct.
Royal Palm just scrimmaged Delray, Rocks, and Treasure Coast. Gardens can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So how can you not play these other dog teams?
So just being that you can't play the other dog teams, do you think those national championships, obviously they're valid, but do you think they're valid because they played the top teams in Pop Warner, but when it comes to putting their best team up against others in a county that's in a different conference, do you think they can compete? Or do you think they was just the best of Pop Warner? Do you think that Pop Warner team could compete with an AYFL or
that
FYFL
team that won the national championship? Yeah, they could compete. Now, would they win? I mean, would they win? Who knows? But could they compete? Yeah, they played other teams around the state, other teams out of state, and they won still, bro.
Listen, man,
they did play teams out of state.
They did, but that Pop Warner playoffs was horrible, though, bro.
Okay, you can say that. You know what I'm saying?
No, it was
who was in front of you, and you beat who was in front of you.
I agree. I agree with that. But it's just like I think Gardens, damn near, they just had the best team overall.
Okay,
like it's kind of
the best team at that time.
They had the best team.
They played in Pop Warner. They could compete.
Correct. I also helped like my boy Coach Will team. Dude, they dominated the entire season.
Right.
So it's like they put fear in just an opponents just because of work from previous weeks. If you don't struggle in the playoffs. Right. You know what I mean? You don't struggle in the playoffs at all. You're a pretty good team. But once again, I would love to see that team play someone else. Who's number 4?
Number 4, Boynton.
Okay. Okay, we got Boynton Beach, number 4.
Boynton's number 4, right? Boynton, they play good teams. They got a good history too. Right, you know what I'm saying? They just got to upgrade to the field.
They just recently, that 12U team won the D2 national championship.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? I think they're also, like I said, Royal Palm is going up. Boynton Beach is going up.
Boynton is climbing up, man. We went out there to the scrimmage, bro. The team is 40 deep.
Right.
40 deep with straight studs.
Yeah.
40 deep with kids that just want to play football. That literally, this is what they want to do. for the rest of their lives, and you can just see it on the field. They going hard, play in, play out, man. I love it, man. And the new field.
Yeah,
I love that too.
They're on the uptrend. So we got number 1, Rocks.
Yep.
Number 2, Royal Palm. Number 3, I said Gardens.
Yep.
Number 4 is Boynton.
Who we got number 5, man?
Again, we just talking about organization, the way it's run.
Gotcha.
We'll go WCFL, man.
I agree.
WCFL has ran the best out of everybody.
The best.
They ran the best out of everybody.
And they got their own traffic.
They got their own traffic, their own stuff. They got the best facilities in Palm Beach, probably the best facilities maybe in the state. You know what I'm saying? They got the best facilities. They got, obviously, of course, the other stuff, material stuff, jerseys and everything like that. They got a good following. They always got a bunch of kids out there. You know what I'm saying? They never hurt for talent. I mean, it may not be the best talent.
Right, and
you
then too, them participating in the Battle D2 National Championships gave them a big boost because they're a host and they had the team participating in the game.
Now they got the 7-on-7 team. Now it's not. I know it's not WCFL team. It's called Palm Beach Elite, but it's WCFL. Right. I know they're not WCFL, but it's WCFL. The kids out there, whatever. So I'd say, organization wise, running organization, they're the best. But as far as everything else, we talking about who they could play and rec league ball and all that. Number 5 is WCFL.
Okay.
All right. Number 6, I'm gonna go with Jupiter Mustangs.
I agree.
I'm gonna go with Jupiter Mustangs.
I agree.
6, man. I think it's another well-run program. You play in a nice area. You got good support, financial support right there. I think what's hurting them again is the players. They don't have players like that,
right?
Or whatever.
They're trying to pull players from certain
they just
locations.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But once for everybody else, you just kind of getting that middle run player. You know what I'm saying. But it's a good run organization. A lot of good people over there, man. And shout out to my dog, Dennis, man. But yeah, I think that's number 5. They just, like I said, they're hurt.
No, Jupiter 6.
The 6. With them, they're just hurting players. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing. As far as organization wise, and 2, Pop Warner. Pop Warner players are 2 things that's hurting them because they can't compete in and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
All right, number 7. Number 7. It's just based off history, man. It's based off history. Lake Lytal, man. I'm going
Lytal. Gotcha. Okay, Lake Lytal.
They still in a good area. They got good fields. You know what I'm saying? They just took a hit.
I just think they're so traditional, and they waited so last minute to try to make changes. So when parks like Royal Palm, Gardens, WCFL, Boynton and Delray always had the hood supporting them. So being that Lake Lytle waited so late to try to implement new things, other parks just jumped them.
Right.
And when they jumped them, they had already transitioned from recreational ball. WCFL is the only park in the county that's still putting up big numbers from a recreational standpoint. West Boynton, they're doing their thing too. Yeah. So if it's me, I would definitely keep this list, but I will put West Boynton under Lake Lytle.
No, I was going to my next team. West Boynton is number 8.
Okay.
West Boynton number 8. I think they're also, they're a good program. You know what I'm saying? They're not great. You know what I'm saying? But it's a good program.
It's on the rise.
It is on the rise, but at the same time, I think they got a ceiling compared to like what Royal Palm. They got a ceiling.
Correct.
I don't know if they could ever get.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
And then too, you gotta understand too.
They'll never be what WCFL is.
They may. Right now, they're at their peak.
Right now, they're at their peak.
The only way you get past that peak is if you transition from recreational football. That's the only way you can pretty much put yourselves up there with the other teams that's actually traveling in the county.
So that was at number 8.
That's number 8.
I'm gonna go number 9. I'm gonna go Lake Worth Jaguars.
Gotcha.
I think Lake Worth Jaguars just one of those organizations that are just solid. You know what I'm saying? They're never gonna be hurting. They're never gonna be great, but they just they just keep chugging along.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They keep chugging along, and guys are still coming out of there.
Shout out to my boy Coach Jag. He's the president over there at Lake Worth Jags. Hey man, Lake Worth is one of those quiet teams. The location is amazing. The facilities are on point.
Yeah.
They got their own field and
right next to the high school.
Yeah. And like I say, it's just one of them things where the message just has to continue to be pushed.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like I say, you have to win your area first. I think that's the biggest thing now with any sports now, even with the high school. We talked with Clavijo, and one thing about Clavijo said, Santa Lucia's, we have to win Lantana. We gotta win Lantana. Palm Beach Lakes has to win Military Trail. You know what I mean? If you don't win those locations and your talent go elsewhere, you behind. You behind. So Lake Worth number 9. Who we got for the
final number 10? Let me think. You got the Rams still out there. You got the Chargers still out there.
Yep.
Like I said, I don't know nothing about Boca. Who else is out there?
If it's me.
Hold on.
Okay, let's see who you got. Let's see who you got.
Else is out there.
Because I know who I got.
Go ahead. Who's number 10?
I'm going Riviera Beach, man.
Over Palm Beach Rams?
Yes. I'm going with Riviera Beach because Riviera Beach, obviously, they are established.
That's Wells, right?
That's Wells. They've been around for years.
Yeah, they've been around for years. Timo didn't play for Wells.
Yeah. They're the Chargers. They've been around for years. I personally think Pop Warner is holding them back. I think they need to transition into FYFL or go to one of those other conferences. But definitely Riviera Beach, they have the blueprint. They got their own facilities. They took a huge loss from Gardens, was taking their players, and that's how they was winning national championships because they was on the radar at one point in time when they went to that Pop Warner national championship. And ever since then, when those players left and went to Gardens, the program just went down. So I'll definitely say for me, Riviera Beach would be number 10.
Okay, we stay with that. Riviera Beach number 10. All right, so number 1, Delray Rocks, right?
Yep.
Number 2,
Royal Palm.
Number 3,
Gardens.
Got Gardens out there. Number 4,
Boynton Beach.
Number 5,
WCFL.
Number 6,
Jupiter Mustangs.
Shout out to the Mustangs. Number 7,
Lake Lytal.
Obviously history is a big part of why they had number 7. Number 8,
West Boynton.
Number 8. Number 9,
Lake Worth Jags.
And number 10,
Riviera
Beach Prep. And that's your list, man. That's real as it get. Podcast, Palm Beach County Youth Football list.
Yep. Hey, PBYFA is gonna be on that one day.
Yeah.
We gonna be on that one day,
listen,
man.
Once, again, you already know what you gotta do, man. Once you
I know what I gotta do.
Get through this and establish a little bit more, man, and boom, boom, boom.
I'm gonna tell you, but listen,
and it shows right here humility, you know what I'm saying, and show that there's no favoritism. He got his own lead,
and I wouldn't put him in the top 10.
Put him in the top 10.
But I,
you know what I'm saying.
But I am gonna say this.
We on the way. Just say you're on the way.
We on the way. But here go the arrogant woman to me. Once we complete this year. Lake Lytal got to slide out of that 7, man. We cracking in that top 10.
You jumping.
We jumping in there. We jumping in the top 10. Like,
down the door.
I wouldn't put us, Lake Lytal, they're going to slide down. West Boynton going to slide up to 7. Lake Worth is going to slide up to 8. Riviera Beach going to go to 9. And we're going to go to 10. Okay. That's just what I think.
Okay.
But once again, we got a lot of more work to do. And we'll revisit this conversation at the end of the season. But during the youth football season, we're going to have a segment where we rank these teams. Yeah.